In the chalets you see a very popular breed once again, in all parts of the UK and indeed in Cumbria, the ring as we speak. Despite its size and all these muscles, it's a very well-tempered animal, which makes it very good to handle and very easy with calming.
Okay, so welcome to Paragon. This is the behind the scenes tour of our hospital, our veterinary hospital. We thought to make it a bit more interesting for you all, we thought we'd do a story, and we've got a celebrity. There's a dog called Muttley. I don't know if any of you have heard of him before. He's a Labrador cross, and he came to see our vet Anne Noble, and she just examined him, and he was a bit off colour. He was dehydrated, he hadn't been eating for a few days, which for a Labrador is a little unusual. He had an elevated temperature as well, so she thought something needs to be done. So she brought him through here into the hospital, and she's taken some blood from him, which we've got the results here on his kennel. We've done a sort of mock-up here of Muttley in the kennel, so you can see that he's got some fluids here to rehydrate him and get him back to feeling better, but we still need to get to the bottom of why he's not eating and why he's vomiting. We decided the next step was to take some x-rays of Muttley. So we gave him an anaesthetic. Okay, to get him to lie nice and still on our table, we need to give them an anaesthetic. So this is his abdomen here, and you can see his spine here and his back legs coming down here. These are his ribs and that's his head up that way. These little spiky things are not normal in a dog's abdomen. It turns out that Muttley had been around when the farrier had been shoeing the horses, and Muttley was quite keen on eating the trimmings from the hooves. So unfortunately Muttley had eaten not only the hooves but he'd eaten some nails as well. Now they're not going to come out of his abdomen the normal way, so we decided that they needed to come out surgically. So we needed to open his abdomen and actually remove them. So once Muttley's come through from the x-ray machine, he's still under the anaesthetic. So what we've done is we've brought him through to our prep area, so we prepare them for surgery in here. We put him in the trough upside down so that we've got his belly here that we can clip and get it nice and clean. We use the chlorhexidine scrub there to get the skin really, really clean, and then we put the surgical spirit over it. So it is as clean as we can get it before surgery. He's still under the anaesthetic, so we've got a registered nurse who's actually monitoring the anaesthetic to make sure that he's getting the right amount of anaesthetic agent and oxygen, and that his blood and his heart rate are all at the right level. So what we do is we bring him through from here. Once the surgeon's all prepared and scrubbed up and gloved up and gowned, we then take him through to the operating theatre where we can start surgery. So this is our operating theatre. We've kind of set it up as though this was Muttley under the drapes here. So obviously you can see the abdominal wound that we've made, and we've got everything here is sterile so that the surgeon is able to touch the equipment and the drapes. We keep the x-ray up here just to refer to, just so that we can make sure that we know what we're looking at, and we know that we've got 4 pieces of nail out rather than missing one or whatever. And we've got our surgical light, which we can focus down on the bit that we're looking at, and our anaesthetic machine and our anaesthetic monitoring equipment here. So after about 5 days of recovering in our hospital and on fluids and eating the right food and having his wound monitored, Muttley went home, and he's happy and eating normal food again, and hopefully not hooves.
Right, Bo's 14-week-old now. He's 16. His dad's champion and his mother's champion. He's the latest recruit to his kennel. Fetched him from down in Cambridge. And all to get a dog hunting. Initially, he's going to use his sight. Once he loses sight of something, he's going to want to use his nose. And all we do is just get tennis balls, sit him on the floor, roll the tennis ball away, and he's naturally wanting to go and fetch it. Good boy. Now, at the minute, he can run around, he can do as he pleases. The target is he picks up that ball and he carries it. Eventually, that ball will become a bird or whatever he's sent for. Both. And all we do, we have a long garage outside. All my dogs work on a whistle. Commands on a whistle means the dog wants to sit. In order to get a dog sitting on the whistle, when you're training him, stick him on a lead. Good girl. Stick him on a lead, and when you're walking, sit. So you've got your dog sitting. Don't try and introduce a whistle if your dog's not sitting. Always make sure your dog's sitting. So you can walk along, sit. Good girl. Good. And then once you know he's sitting all the time, sit. So what you've done there, you've told the dog to sit. It's a new command, which is the whistle. So it associates that whistle now with a command. So walking again, sit. Always sit first. Eventually you'll lose sit and it will just be the whistle. So the next time you do it, here. Now you've just lost the word sit. The dog will automatically sit down on a whistle.
On your face. a good girl.